Hi, tribe. Hope you're having a glorious day. We're going to get started today. We have had a fabulous week. I'm enjoying the looks of this, but only one issue. Got a little something going on with my, got that reflection going on. So I'm going to take these off. Ha. Yes. Hey, tribe. Still got my filter on though, because it's got love on top of it. And then it gives me eyebrows. So I got fake eyebrows on right now. But y'all know what my real eyebrows are on. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Anywho, I'm so glad that we're back today. Yesterday I talked about how excited I was for this new segment, and this new segment is called Performance. We're still talking about goal setting, but remember there were 3 types of goals. And let me get my wonderful notes here. Just give me a moment here, because I don't want to forget anything. So I did write down my stuff. So remember there are 3 types of goals, and goals, they show you what you're expecting, what your hopes are, and what you hope to accomplish. So there are 3 types of goals that I gave you. The first type was the process. The second one was the outcome. And today, week 4, we're talking about the performance. In case you're wondering, I did just read 3, but originally our first segment was about perseverance. And going into goal setting showed us how to persevere through some things, how to get to our goals, and how we were able to persevere. This is just one way, or the main way, to get through the things that you need to get through to get to your goals, or how to persevere to get to your goals, I should say. That's a little better, right? So, thing I failed to say, I bring it up from time to time while I'm talking, but what I failed to say is, although I may be an entrepreneur and I also have a career, that doesn't mean that these steps or that these segments can only go for a person who's an entrepreneur or a person who is doing some career setting and got some career goals. These things can be applied to everyday life. They can be applied to working goals with your family, which is very important, especially right now. We're in this pandemic and we're sitting around with our families. That's some things that we really should be thinking. So getting back to making goals with your family. Sometimes it's not as hard as it seems. Sometimes it's very simple. Goals as in you might have some chores that you need to do around the house that you haven't done in years. Take the steps. These steps can be used for all aspects of your life. Ministry. A lot of us have a vision in ministry, and we see where we have a desired outcome, or we have a vision for a desired outcome, but we're not sure how to take the steps to do it. So we can use these. I'm just saying. So let's move on. So getting back to it, performance goals. Now let me say, I didn't do everything in order. We talked about the process, the outcome, and now we're talking about the performance. I didn't do it in order because it just didn't come to me that way. I needed to give it to you authentically. And so this is why it's coming that way. But this is the performance part of your goal setting. And basically the performance sets the standard on how you're going to get to the desired outcome. It's just the standard for the process that you're taking to get to the desired outcome. You always have to have a standard in which you're going to process, or a standard on what the process is. You can't go in halfway. If your standard is, don't get me wrong, you could. But if you have a goal, especially a goal you're planning to be successful with, you have to set a standard. And if you're only setting your standard about here, but your goal is up here, you need to bring it up. Think a little higher. You got to set the standard. So that's what the performance is. It shows what the standard is. For instance, okay, I got to clean the house. You want the house clean, right? You want your house clean, period. And you want your children to do chores, to clean the house. You have to show them how you want the house clean. So that when the house is being done and you come back to check on their chores and they say, oh, I'm done, but it doesn't look like it's done, they know if it's done or not because they've seen you do it. So you set the standard there. That's just one example. I can right now, all of a sudden, hear my friend Ashley saying, be the standard. Be the standard. You have to be the standard for that goal. For instance, for someone who's in business, okay, you're going to have a team somewhere or the other. You got to set the standard first so they know what they're supposed to do. Or they're just going to do it any kind of way. Why do that? That's a waste of time, right? We know that the process is the steps, but the performance says, hey, this is the level on which you're going to make those steps. This is the level on how you're going to perform those steps. This is the level that I'm expecting myself, not just who I'm working with, not just my team, but if I put it out there and I give my all, my performance shows my all and above, that's setting the standard. It's going to say, if you come below this, I can't get with you. I can't flow with you. It's not saying that I don't want to be around you, but this is the standard. And I need you to keep it up here. So this is the other part. And yes, I'm going to look at my notes because I don't want to forget anything. So when you combine the process, the outcome, and the performance, and you put them all together, just put them in a big old pot, stir them up. This helps you get the best of your success. Period. Point blank and the period. All of this together. One thing is not enough. If it was that easy, anybody could do it. And I mean by whatever, I mean that in the essence of whatever your goal is that's set out for you. If it was easy, anybody could do it. If it was for everybody, everybody would do it. But when you put it all together, this helps you get the best of your success. So I got a tip. Just a little tip. Let's see, how do I put this? So you have a main goal. You know that you have a process, and you also know how that you need to set the standard on how you're going to perform the process. The tip is set daily goals. These daily goals will help you get through the process, all those steps that you need to get through. Not only that, it'll help you get through those steps that you need to get to reach your outcome. Not only that, but it's going to discipline you. And that's something we need. I know I need it. But I know I need discipline. Even doing this, I knew all this stuff. Look how long it took me to do it. I had to discipline myself to get back and say, hey, you got to get back here. Had to grab a couple of things, buy a few things, do some more studying, to go back into what I know, study what I know, just brush up on all those things that I know that I need to do for success, just to do this video. But I make daily goals, just small little steps every day to get me through the process, to get through those steps in that process. And they discipline me. Every day I'm making sure that I'm preparing for the video. I'm preparing you see, I got my notes. I'm preparing my notes. I'm writing them down. I'm thinking, what's the subject that we've been talking about? And how do I do that the best way that I possibly can? Because I want it to be a blessing to someone, and I want it to be able to help someone. So I had to do my daily goals to discipline myself. Does that make sense? So this is the other part, though. This is what a lot of people forget. I'm really looking at my notes now because this is the part I really don't want you to forget. When you have the desired goal, visualize it. Stop thinking about what it looks like now, because that will overwhelm you every time. You haven't gotten to it yet. We know that. That's the obvious. Let's not focus on that. Let's visualize it. See it. I want to buy a new car. I'm just using this as an example. I want to buy a new car. What are the steps I need to take in order to be able to afford the car? What are the steps I need to take in order to have the credit to buy the car? What are the steps I need to take to make sure I can maintain that automobile? What are they? Visualize it. Think about it. Visualize it. You got to refocus your mind, because you don't want to keep your mind on the desired outcome. Yes, this is your goal. Yes, it's going to have an outcome, but you have to keep your focus on the process. You have to keep your focus on the performance of the process so that you can get to the outcome for that goal. Again, anyone can say they want to do something, but it doesn't mean that they're going to get to that desired goal. This is why we have to be disciplined. If it was easy, anybody could do it. I said that earlier. So another thing, let me give a great reason. I wrote this down. Write this down for yourself so you can look at it. You're focusing on the performance and the outcome and the process daily. Well, take that back. Take that outcome out. I don't want you to focus on the outcome, but the performance, definitely. Yes. And the process. Why? Number one, I said they were going to discipline you. Being disciplined will give you the confidence to get to the outcome. When you get yourself so disciplined, and it's not going to come easy, I'm not going to lie. But when you begin to discipline yourself, and you become so disciplined that it becomes this natural thing to do. Oh, I got to get up. I got to do this. Oh, I got to get up. I got to do that. Not only is it going to save you time so you can be on time. I'm not even going to say no names or say nothing past that. But the discipline will most importantly make you effective, because you have the confidence you need to get to the outcome. Discipline will give you confidence you never thought you had, because at that point, nobody can tell you can't do it. You know, they can say it, but that's all they can do is say it. And let them say it. The haters, footstools, thank you. Let them talk about it. But you'll be so disciplined that your confidence will tell you, hey, yo, I got this. I don't need you to pat me on the back and tell me I can do it. And I don't care if you stand in my face and tell me I can't do it. But I've disciplined myself so well that I know I can do it. And I can now become the best cheerleader that I need. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of this. You're probably tired of hearing me talking, right? Oh, well. Anyways. This weekend, I got something for you. I want you to visualize your goal. I want you to think about the process. I want you to recognize the performance of it. I want you to discipline yourself to get to the outcome of your goal. But the more important thing that I want to leave with you is I want you to know everything you need is already inside of you. Point blank and period. This is Love Chat. Talk to you all soon. Love you.